Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 266th edition of Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere else you get your podcasts. So go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube in particular because we're climbing. It's happening. It's picked up a little bit. The road to 1,000 is finally approaching, So join the cause. Join the cult. That's weird. I don't know. It's not much of a cult. Anyway, this week, the movie we're reviewing is How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, which opened in the US on February 22nd, 2019. It was directed by Dean DeBlois once again. It's an animated fantasy film, and the synopsis says, when Hiccup discovers Toothless isn't the only Night Fury, he must seek the Hidden World, a secret dragon utopia, before a hired tyrant before a hired tyrant named Grimmel finds it first. Grimmel might be one of the worst villain names of all time, but that's okay. Fitzy, the Hidden World, the Hidden Film, because no one's ever seen this film.
Film watchers. Yeah.
Well, in all seriousness, this film, February is a weird time of year for this film to come out, in my opinion, and I don't think it's then a coincidence, the correlation with that to the fact that less than a third as many people have rated this film on IMDb compared to the second one. Pretty significant drop off, I would say. So
maybe it's its main audience aging out of the series as well, perhaps. Just perhaps.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm sure that happens a bit, but to that extent, does that apply? I would love to see the stats on every animated franchise and if there's any drop off like that.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Anyways, the Hidden Film, we're the first to ever review it, so choose your words wisely.
Yeah. It was pretty great. It was a good conclusion to the trilogy. It was a very, very smooth film, no bumps. For me at least.
No bumps. Okay.
But yeah, it was good. It completed the maturity kind of arc. Had all these deep themes and actual maturity, maturation, marriage. Yeah. So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, marriage is a big one for Hiccup. Hey, if that loser from the first one can get married, you know what I mean? Anything's possible. It was solid for sure. It didn't disappoint me. It's probably still going to end up being my least favorite of the three. I think it does pretty much everything at the exact minimum level of quality you'd expect from the first two films. That being, it's very good. But I don't know if it did much to really stand out either. I don't know. There were things about the first two films that when we talked about them, they were like, oh, that was great, or what about that? I don't know. I'm not really feeling that on this as much, other than it was just a very, like Fitz was saying, it's a very smooth, very consistent journey, but one that didn't have a lot of highs either, in my opinion. But I do appreciate how it actually does serve as a trilogy capper. It feels confident in the story it wants to tell, not just for itself, but for the entire, it as a trilogy, as a saga. So I thought that was cool. I kind of didn't expect it to go as hard in that department, but it very much is trying to be an ending, which I like. But yeah, that's my take. Jaden, what was it like coming to this film for the first time in 2025?
I'll go that step further and say I was disappointed in it.
Okay.
Not that it was just because of how high I've been with the rest of it. I agree with you, Sans. It's still very good stuff, but I just think it's underperforming compared to the previous two. I think we spent way too long with Toothless just trying to call it the Night Fury to the point where it got boring very fast, even for me.
Okay.
And when you talk about how snappy and kind of well written the first ones are in terms of pacing, it felt like it dragged particularly because of those multiple extended scenes of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it answered the question as to why, as we were pondering the other week, where's number 4? And I don't want to do a number 4, It's,
yeah, I feel like
that.
I should have thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I still think it's good stuff. I just don't think it kind of comes. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't come close because that sounds like severely on the point. Like, it just, I think it struggles to hit the highs, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But still solid stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Right off the bat, you've hit one of the key points that resonated with me. Was just that, yeah, it does have a larger focus on the, Toothless romantic plot, I guess, which I guess is meant to somewhat reflect the Hiccup Astrid thing, I guess, maybe. There's just a lot of romance in this film. Like, I mean, that sort of feels like it's misrepresenting it a little bit, but I don't know. A lot of the plot is about romantic relationships, I suppose, and it's like, okay, like for Hiccup and Hiccup and Toothless. Ooh, no, for Hiccup and Astrid, like that makes sense, but
how to drain your dragon.
Oh god. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it spends a bit too much time there, and your point about the pacing of the first two compared to this hits home. I also wasn't the biggest fan of like the plot relying so much on needing to rescue people. Like, everything was a rescue mission in this movie. You know what I mean? We need to go and capture this person. We need to go and rescue this person. We need to go and capture this person. We need to go and rescue. Like, it happened like 5 times. I'm like, all right. So yeah, it was kind of like the most I was noticing the plot in these films is kind of being a little bit repetitive in those multiple ways. But I don't know. Like, I guess if you can enjoy the Toothless Light Fury stuff, the problem is the Light Fury doesn't have a name, right? Which is kind of disappointing. I feel like
she's never tamed. She's the wild side. She's the true nature of dragons, man.
Yeah, but I just feel weird. Like, she's such a significant character in the film. To be honest, that it's kind of weird saying like, "Oh, Toothless and the Light Fury have a great." You know what I mean? Like, she needs a name. Give me a name, guys. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. Fitzy, is this resonating with you? Did you like Toothless dancing around with unidentified Light Fury?
I mean, I guess that one scene on the beach was like a little extended, but it didn't bother me too much.
That is the main one. When James was talking about the length, that's probably the main one that came to mind for me too.
Yeah. No, I wasn't like aggravated by it. I don't know. It was alright.
We were aggro about it. Don't know, we're livid.
Yeah, I think the scene after that where like he's off on his own was more incriminating for me. In terms of,
when they're flying in the clouds and shit?
Yeah, in the clouds, in the world. Having a nuzzle, having a back and forth.
Yeah.
So if I can put it in already, man.
Hard agree on that. Yeah. I don't know. It's just that's a perfect example of like, it's good. And I particularly like during the extended beach scene, like I do think John Powell's score, as usual, is really, really great there. That's honestly like the best part of that scene, to be honest.
And there's some funny shit too. Like to be like, I think it's funny shit.
In the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's it's entertaining enough, I guess. But it just doesn't have that breakneck pace of the first two. And I also feel like this film is missing, I don't know, would you agree it's like missing the key family relationships that sort of made the first two emotionally resonate? At least for me.
I think the family relationship's meant to be with Astrid though. Like, I just don't think it delivers as hard.
Right.
I don't know why she's still playing aloof, like at the fucking start of the film. Like, you've been there, done that. You establish that you are together in the second film. It's like, why are you now all being like, oh, marriage is scary? Like, no, tie it up, man.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't really get that either. Now, if I think you're right. I think that is meant to be like the human relationship thing in the film that anchors it, but it didn't really work for me in that sense because it felt like there wasn't a lot of depth there, and like it was at the level of like a okay subplot, but I think it was meant to feel a bit bigger than that. Yeah, because I don't know. I agree with you. It's like, what's the arc there? Like Astrid, I don't really want to know if I want to get married, and then, you know, they do. I guess. Well, I don't know. I guess like there's stuff that goes on. They end up like trusting each other more and believing in each other more and all that. Like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, I didn't really get the starting point either, to be honest. Those are things I noticed of like I really missed. Obviously, the stoic Hiccup dynamic. I really missed the when Valka came into the story in the last film, and then I don't know. Even she kind of felt like she got a bit sidelined, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like she has her moments. She has her moments of wisdom. She's kind of like the sage character in this one, where she just comes in and like says a couple lines to like help boost the confidence or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the character dynamics, the drama of it as much this time. I was just kind of like, okay, But at least there's still cool shit happening,
Yeah. I thought the film's anti-immigration message at the start was a bit odd. But
wait, what?
I don't know. It just felt like it's like, oh, we should be taking in dragons, but look, they've overcrowded our streets, and they're making our city a hazard, and they're an inconvenience to us. Just felt a bit stop the boats-ish type thing. I don't know.
To be fair, did you see that place?
I mean, yeah, but like that like, yeah, exactly. It's like you're made to feel like you shouldn't be welcoming refugees, but like,
I mean, to be like,
it's like that because like Gobber says they need a place, but he is not their place. It's like,
I think he was right. Like without drawing any, it's all a case by case basis, right? I'm not making any real world comments. All I'm saying is that I saw Burke in this movie, and Burke was pretty fucking bonkers, and I feel like there's something to be done.
There was too many of an introduced species.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well,
you saw that building fall, like all those buildings domino over, dude. That
yeah, exactly. Look at that.
30 people died right there.
A refugee came and then started causing damage like immediately. Like that narrative's just a bit weird.
I mean, it sounds like you disagree with it. Do you want to dig into that? Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty crazy. In terms of, I don't know if we have much to say about the animation this time, because it just feels like it's just obviously an improvement because no shit. But
my Foxtel wasn't loading beyond 720p, so it was a bit hard to tell, to be honest.
Oh, really? So you got like you felt like a downgrade from the second one?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man, that's a bummer. I'll just say that like the film's obviously an improvement again, tech wise. There wasn't any. I thought it was a decent looking film. I don't think it really used. I don't know. It didn't really have a lot of interesting locales, in my opinion. I just kind of a lot of the battle sequences are at night, or at like I don't know, just like on ships or on like the trapper ships or whatever, or inside them, and I'm just like,
the hidden world was a bit too brief as well to appreciate.
Agreed. Very brief, and honestly, the cool like cave place from the second one was cooler. I reckon.
I think the first shot of them discovering the new island is really stunning.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
It reminds me of a painting that I can't recall the name of, but I was like, oh, nice.
There you go. There's one example of something you'd frame right there. The main shot that did blow me away in the film, I must say, is like the reintroduction to Burke, like that first shot when they cut to Burke for the first time coming out of the clouds, and you just see the sheer number of dragons for the first time. That was pretty stunning. That was like, holy shit. That was pretty bonkers, because it's obviously like replicates the same intro shot from the other two films, but it was like a noticeable leap there. So that was pretty cool. Just trying to take it all in. I don't know, how do you Do we feel any which way about the going away of the, I guess now semi-iconic, like, this is Burke introduction, the narration that Hiccup gives at the start? I was
thought
like,
it was a
we
fun
didn't do
play
that
on
this
it.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I kind of... Wait, what? It was a fun play on it?
Yeah, when he's like the narration is just dialogue to the new dragon. Like instead.
But it's not really a play on it, though, is it? Isn't that just like a substitute?
I mean, like, it's just, a substitute. It's a play on it. It's like, it's fooling the audience. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess it is like he's like giving it. Here we go. We love using these words diegetically. He's like they're actually like shouting it out as he's flying through like a tour guide. Yeah, no, that's kind of cool, I guess. Animation wise, what's your take on that, Fitzy? Did it live up to the previous film?
Yeah, I mean the sunsets were still pretty impressive. I mean, yeah. No, yeah. There was something about it that was less like frameable. That's like the metric we're using. But
yeah.
I mean, when they first saw like the new island, that was pretty good. And I think when they're and like that, when like Toothless gets captured, that stuff's all pretty. That all looks pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. It definitely feels less. There's something less, like that about it. For the listeners, I'm doing like my hands like.
Yeah.
Displaying the camera, it's like pow,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you got to put a sound to that. You'd use pow. It had a bit less pow.
Maybe like splat, like pow. Yeah.
It had a bit less pow splat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not both words. I wouldn't use both words. But...
Oh, okay. I don't really like splat. It's a bit gross. But pow. Okay.
Sounds good.
No, I actually completely agree with that. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, when I think of the first two films, I don't know, those locations of like somewhere those set pieces take place stand out in my brain. Like I think of that like cool islandy sort of like cave place. I don't know, it wasn't a cave. I don't know. The place from the first one. That's from the second one, right?
No, there's the dragon nest is in the first one. Like when they fly there with and the pig comes up.
Oh yes. You're right. You're absolutely right. That one, and then like I think of like the icicle sort of looking islands in the second one. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Sure.
I don't know, and then but this one by comparison just kind of I don't know, has a lot of ocean, I guess, and I think the main thing you'd want out of it is the hidden world itself, being the subtitle and all that. And then I agree with Jaden where it's just kind of didn't stand out to me at all. It's like the hidden world. I figured it was going to be like this cool ass place we go. Not that I like needed it. That story, I wasn't disappointed story wise, but just visually, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It was more of like just a plot device, I guess. Did the score though still live up to John Powell's previous work? Like, would you say this is on par, Jaden, or because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if my Foxtel was loading in full hertz. Because once again, like the audio seemed off. Like how I was talking about how my my rented version of the film, the audio was a bit off. I felt like the same thing here, where like it was not as bad, but it just feels like Foxtel wasn't fully there.
Okay.
So I mean, really, it's Murdoch's fault that I wasn't vibing with the film entirely.
I think that's a fair person to blame. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I feel like Fitzy, you weren't as like high on the score as we were in the past films. Like, I don't know, do you think that feel free to correct me if you disagree with that, and then also just how did you respond this time?
No, I mean I came around on the score, I think. Like the main theme is pretty great. The rest of the music, the rest of the score, I don't know, is fine, I guess, but it's still. I mean, it hit the emotional notes, but it was more of like a nostalgia thing from the second film, rather than anything that this film did. It was just like, the score is built up by itself in the trilogy, so yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I don't know. Was there an action piece that stood out to you, Jaden, as being like exciting that got you? You know.
I did quite. I I really liked the confrontation in Hiccup's house.
Oh yeah,
and like as it all comes crumbling down. Like, I thought that was like a tense stuff, hold your breath stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think that's probably like my favorite. Like that's like probably the tensest I felt throughout the film. Like the most effective it was. But I don't really think that the action. The action in the opening scene was a bit dull. I think I was definitely a bit confused by it.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
It's too spinny, There's too much spinning going on.
Spinning is a good trick.
Usually. Yeah, I agree. And then it was also just like, I don't know, like Fog is lame, dude. I'm sorry, Fog is lame in animated. Like, not universally. I don't want to make a general statement, but like, it felt kind of cheap in this film. Like, just put a bunch of it's nighttime, it's foggy. It's like, I don't know. This feels kind of lazy, to be honest. Like, we just really hide shit, and like, you don't really have to see anything. It's like,
It's atmospheric.
But it kind of, it didn't really work like that though.
No.
I think. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a kind of a lame opening, to be honest.
It just felt like, once again, I like there's just this innate awkwardness to it as well. Like in Hiccup's introduction and explanation of like the new technology that he has, it just felt right. a bit ham-fisted. And then like we're going over like this kind of like Hiccup as a character has grown, but then the people around him haven't really. Like Snotlout, I think Snotlout was like offensively bad this movie.
Wait, he's which one's he in?
He's the one that's like thirsting after his mom.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Which like that in itself is fine. That's funny. But then he was just so abrasive on screen. I just couldn't get behind it at all.
Yeah.
And I just feel like so he and then Rough Nut, Tough Nut are still in the same place really. Like it just felt like the characters around him weren't there. So then like that kind of built on the awkwardness that was like present from the start, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Rough Nut? Yes.
Rough Nut's the twins. Rough Nut.
Oh my god! What? Tough Nut. Oh, Snotlout.
Snotlout. Fish legs.
God damn it. I totally agree with you. His whole thing with like wanting to take over as chief or whatever, or like being jealous of Hiccup, it was too much. I don't know.
It never felt fully serious either, though. That's the thing. It just felt.
Yeah, it was too much. Like when I say it was too much, I mean that as like as a side gag. It was too much as a side gag, but it wasn't enough as like an actual subplot. Like, which one is it? That's how I felt. I was like, this isn't funny. It's kind of annoying, but it's also not like. If we're going to go this hard on it, let's actually make it a story. You know what I mean? But it's not a story either. It's just there.
Sure.
So it's like, I wasn't really into that. I agree. But yeah, in terms of the scene that they got you, the confrontation with Grimmel. Grimmel is the new villain. Fitzy, when I saw Grimmel, I don't know if you agree with this. This guy's just skinny Geralt. Because he's got like the armor and he's got the crossbow. And he's got the grey hair going on. I'm just like, dude, what is this?
Oh, wow. I guess he is like a long face kind of.
He's a long Geralt.
I didn't think of that at all.
I just couldn't get it out of my head. His armor's kind of similar and everything. Anyway.
True.
Yeah.
I liked him as a character, but tell me he wouldn't have been 10 times better if he was voiced by Werner Herzog. Tell me he doesn't look like he's meant to be voiced by Werner Herzog.
See, I mean that does sound great. I agree, but I thought F. Murray Abraham was like. Sorry, I'm going to do my F. Murray Abraham standing thing, but like I thought he was really good. I thought he was really entertaining. He was like one of the bright spots of the movie for me.
He was good, but imagine. Yeah,
no, that does sound really good.
Like I am the dragon killer. It's like I killed them all. It's like
all the night furies.
yeah.
I would like to see that. Yeah. I mean, it does feel like because even F. Murray Abraham's doing this like sort of European accent, so like that is kind of meant to be, I guess, closest to the character. But him doing the European accent was pretty cool. I liked it. It kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, should Salieri have had this accent? Like Salieri's not European, but like Salieri just spoke American. But he's busting it out here, So it's like, okay, that's cool. I don't know. Did you enjoy Grimmel, Geralt / Salieri in the movie, Fitzy?
Yeah. No, actually, like I really like. I thought it was one of the stronger villains. One of the strongest, I guess.
Wait, stronger than Drago? Sorry, I said that like Drago's really strong, but like,
yeah, yeah. Like I think he was just. I don't know. He was in it for the love of the game. That's what made him kind of cool, kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I thought his actual like monologues were pretty decent. They were decently revealing and entertaining. So, and not too much, So I don't know.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. He had I feel
like the hunter
career.
character. He embodied that. That was
he did. Well, Geralt is also a monster hunter, so it's like the same shit again. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. So at the time when the film came out, he was 78 years old, I believe. He just didn't sound like an old guy to me in the film.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was impressed by his voice performance in that sense. To where, like, I get the character's got grey hair, but like, he didn't sound like an 80-year-old guy.
No, he sounded like 40.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was impressed by and he's obviously doing an accent. So I was impressed by, again, who could doubt F. Murray Abraham's acting ability, of course, after this year. But once again, the vocal range on this guy, unbelievable. Like, the technique, the skill on display is crazy. Not to mention when he was mocking his, when he had that scene and he was like, they were figuring out which way they were going and he was like telling his goons, any guesses? What, west? It's just funny. Maybe that made me laugh. So, yeah, he was a win in the movie for me, for sure. But I guess that did make me laugh. What about the humor? Where do we rank this in the humor department compared to the previous two films? Because I guess this is the theme with this whole thing. I would say that it's kind of probably the least funny, probably, as well.
Yeah, the bit with like the little guys wasn't really funny either. That was not a recurring thing.
Well, I didn't mind that, actually.
It was fine.
I mean, I didn't mind it, but yeah, it wasn't like funny.
Yeah. One line that did make me, I will say this line made me laugh. People who fly with babies are the worst. That was pretty.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of the humor, like to Jaden's point, is meant to come from, the night/light fury interactions.
And
they're cute if they weren't so long. But I definitely did get the cute factor when in the opening instances of Toothless like having a crush and like when he started doing like the little mating dance to his own shadow, that was pretty cute. I like that.
That was funny how pathetic it was, yeah.
Pretty much.
It was very much like the whole like practice kissing on the pillow type thing.
Yes.
And it's not that it was right to call it out, to give him credit in the film.
Yeah, that's actually pretty spot on. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else that made you laugh, Jen?
Off the top of my head.
No. That's fair. Was the ending and the whole like story direction, the wrap up of this trilogy as a conclusion?
I thought that was satisfying.
Yeah, well, that's literally where I'm going. Like, was that the strongest part of the movie?
Yeah, I think so. But I also think that it's not necessarily a point that we should hit sooner, but like I just think that I think the time cut for him to have his relationship being that point is a bit. Like once again, it goes back to that point. I would have rather be further into his relationship with Astradir in the film, but like the stuff with the kids and then the reuniting with Toothless, like that's really nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And like I think his dialogue there is quite nice, and his monologue, both.
Apparently, that's like taken from. It's like the intro of the first book. Apparently, I read in the trivia. That whole ending bit. So yeah, that's cool. In terms of, so yeah, I guess I can kind of break this into a few different sections, but like talking specifically before you jump ahead in time about like the story culminating in and having been led to the dragons going away. You know, and creating that separation. Was that? I don't know. Did you guys know? Did that surprise you?
Yeah, I didn't really think it was leading in that direction. Like, I thought it was just Toothless that was going away.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of.
Plus, why did they need all this space now that they don't have the dragons? You know, they could have just stayed on. They could have just gone back first or something. To Berk.
Yeah, the resolution of the film is getting rid of the refugees.
It actually is. It's creating a new land for them, finding a new land for them, and putting them all there. Yeah. Is that the equivalent of like? Oh god, I don't know if I can say that.
What? Put him in the middle of Australia.
Is the hidden world in this film like our outback? You know what I mean? It's like there's plenty of room out there. Let's go there. You know what I mean? So that's terrible. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I still don't really know how I feel about it. I like it because it surprised me. I like it because it feels decisive. Like narratively, I'm always into that kind of thing in these films. You know, I don't like just things feeling kind of safe or whatever. So like, it doesn't feel safe, and I appreciate that for sure. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, like, what is that? What's it saying? You know, like, I know we're just making those jokes about the refugee stuff, but like, I'm kind of semi-serious. Like, what's the message for this in this kids' film? Like, what's it? You know what I'm saying? Is it about?
Isn't it back to like the classic? You know, if you love something, let it go type thing.
Okay, but I guess expand it out to be talking about an entire species. You know, it's like if you love dogs, move them all.
I think it's moving on from. I mean, maybe the reason the friendship dynamic's less strong in this is because like that's what it's about, like moving away from friends. You know, because as soon as Toothless gets with Light Fury, you know, there's no more friendship.
Wow. I feel like there's more to talk about there after the show. That's pretty deep. Yeah. Then there is that flashback around there too, isn't there, with Stoic saying he was talking about it in relation to Volker going away at that time, but it was his message was basically like, you know, part of love is loss or whatever he says, like is letting, you know, is accepting that it'll end. So yeah, no, I mean that's a cool general lesson. I like that. That's nice. Kind of painful, but nice. So like, okay. If I can extrapolate that to the Hiccup Toothless thing of like, you know, Hiccup specifically having to let go of Toothless so he can go and thrive in his own environment, you know, it's like letting your kid move away. That's actually kind of what it is, I guess. It's like Hiccup as the parent, you know. Toothless is moving out to college, essentially, I guess. But also, like, do all the dragons have to go? Like, surely some of them are kind of like, I'd just rather stay here.
But they're just following the alpha, you know. So.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. That's like all of the dogs in the world, like who live happy lives with their owners or whatever, being like, okay, we're going to the dog land. We're going to happy dog land. It's like some of them are surely like, well, I don't really want to go. Oh, too bad. You know? You're getting dragged along as well. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like I guess it's easy to make that comparison given like how the dragons are portrayed in the film, but like maybe it goes back to that whole nature thing of like, you know, you can't change the nature of something versus nurture. And dragons, you know, dogs have been, you know, tamed for years. Dragons are untamable. You know, they're pure nature. You know.
Right. Like, yeah. You're right. Because obviously the dragons are meant to be modeled after pets for us to think they're cute and relate to them and all that. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's like narratively, it's not actually a 1-to-1. Yeah, that is true. That's a good point. So in terms of them separating, you know, they go their separate ways and all that. Hiccup says at the end of the film that they're waiting for a time for humans to get their shit together, basically, so that the dragons can come back. So
it makes the you know, did I read out the plot of the animated show to you guys back in when we reviewed the first one?
Remind me.
The animated show, not the Riders of Berk, like the original one, the one that came out after this film, is set in the modern day after a fissure opens up and like the dragons come out into the real world, into like the modern world.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, no. So
you're not making that up?
No.
Wait, what?
So like it really does go straight from the end of this film like right into the next one, like exactly as Hiccup ends it, saying like, you know, maybe one day they'll come back, and they come back into the modern world.
So it's like what? It's like New York or some shit. It's like,
I think it's still set in like the, you know, Norway or some shit like that. Like
what? So wait, this is okay. This is confusing. Wait, but it can't be Earth, surely.
What do you mean?
It can't be Earth. Like the fantasy land we've existed in here with all these fucking ice caves and hidden worlds and waterfalls on the edge of a cliff. Like, it's not Earth. It's not our world. You know what I mean?
Why can't it be?
Well, have you ever heard of waterfalls at the edge of the world? Well, first of all, the Earth's not flat, and then second of all, they're being caves.
Well, we're not really showing the edge of the world as much as like it's just like a deep pit.
Do you think the hidden world exists, Jaden?
It's what are you talking about? We're talking about a fucking animated film, man. Like, what do you mean?
But in this universe, all I'm saying is that surely it's not Earth.
What, is Harry Potter not set on Earth because there's fucking wizards? like, what are you trying to argue? Like it's a fantasy film. Why can't why can't fantasy exist on Earth? Like in Pirates of the Caribbean isn't set on Earth because they have an edge of the world as well, but they're in the fucking Caribbean.
Yeah, no, you made me feel really dumb, really successfully. But I guess the crux of what I'm trying to say is that nothing that we've experienced in these films has ever felt like Earth to me, ever.
Yeah,
in terms of
I agree with that.
The landscapes, the weird, like, look at the island in this movie, dude. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the fucking Faroe Islands and the islands of Norway, the fucking fjords and shit, man.
I mean, not really. It's not like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just need to. Wait, what's this thing called? This sequel show thing? Do you know?
I don't know.
The 9 realms.
I just need to see. I just need to see some screenshots to like understand what this looks like.
The animation is bad. Like the main character does have a Night Fury, so like one of Toothless' sons.
Holy shit! The 9 realms, dragons. The 9 realms. Dude, am I going to have to watch this show now? This guy's wearing like a Kathmandu hoodie with his dragon. It's so weird.
So tough.
Okay. Anyway, you kind of blow my mind here. Well, no, you definitely didn't tell me that because that would obviously spoil this movie, and I had no idea about this movie.
Yeah, I knew about this, and I just thought the movie was like, I just thought that's how that's how they wanted to get to present day, by just like making up some bullshit of like dragons disappeared for a while, but then like that's actually what they did. In more.
Oh yeah. You didn't expect it to be the actual like main ending of the series. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool. But like thematically, the idea of the like, so what are they waiting on?
The world
Well,
for us all to get along.
so is that
So you're probably right. It's not Earth because in this strange future, everyone gets along.
right?
Yeah.
That feels okay. To taking away the weird sequel show for a second, just like completely self-contained in this movie. When Hiccup said that line, how am I meant to feel about that? Because I don't know. Like, I don't think it's a stretch for me to say that most storytelling would accept that human nature isn't great. You know what I mean? The idea that humanity needs to find some sort of everlasting peace before the dragons can come back. Like when he says that in the film, I'm like, oh, so you're telling me the dragons are never coming back? Like, is that like that's my genuine response? So, like, is it meant to be some sort of hopeful ending? Because you know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't understand what I'm meant to feel towards this because it's not hope. It's kind of confusion of like, well, so when's that? Is it meant to be like a sort of semi-meta message, possibly, or like I don't even have to read into it that much. Is it meant to be like a message to kids of like, get along with each other, you know, create peace in the world, and anything's possible kind of thing?
Well, I
like dragons
it almost
can
feels
back?
like I can read it more as like a message to adults. Is like, you know, when you get like, because people often talk about how like life loses its color or its magic as you grow older.
Right.
Like maybe it's saying, you know, it's like if you get along with everyone, if you hit these basic notes of being kind, magic will return to your life. You know, you'll be happy again.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So it is meant to just be this like little note at the end of just like, you know, magic's out there. You know, be good, be cool.
That makes it sound more like it actually is a part of like a myth, kind of, because like such a storytelling, you know, a convention. Yes. So it makes the dragon seem less real.
Yeah. But like, I don't mind that. That in a way that kind of makes it even weirder that they did this show where there's actual like kids with hoodies running around. That's weird. Like if I can just take this fantasy world, put it to the side, and take messages from it, that's cool. When you start trying to tell me that, anyway, you know, it's weird. It's weird. You've really messed me up here, Jen. I don't know. Like towards the ending of this film, like you must have. Did it land of like, holy shit, I haven't seen this movie, and this is like a weird like childhood phenomenon, like chapter closing moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, did it? That sounds a bit extreme, but
yeah. Well, because I didn't see the second one for so long. Like, I guess like yes, the first one and like the TV show is like in my childhood and like a good part of it. But it never had like the hold that some other things did, like because it was very much standalone, I guess, in a way. So you know, it like this didn't feel like the massive ending of a chapter, the way it probably should have. You know.
Okay. Yeah. I just wondered. I thought like it might have hit you hard, you know.
Like I haven't got to it yet, but like in Pokemon Journeys, Ash hangs up the hat. You know, he's done. He completes his journey. When I get to that, I imagine that's going to hit hard.
Sure,
but like,
yeah,
that's because like it's like something that was like ingrained in me. This, less so.
Okay, no, that's fair. Did the whole flash forward part of the epilogue of Hiccup reuniting with Toothless, what was your take on that, Fitzy? Did that get you? What was your reaction?
that was actually spoiled for me there in like a YouTube thumbnail. Hiccup reunites with Toothless.
God.
Great. I mean, that was good. It was, you know, sweet or whatever. So
it was. I thought it was pretty beautiful. It got me. Like I was kind of a little bit in the mode we were talking about earlier of like all the action in the final act was kind of like washing over me a little bit. I'm just like, eh. But that really like pulled me back in of like when they're out there on the boat and then like the Night Fury's like look up from the waterfall. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. That definitely won me back at the end, pretty big. And I must say, in terms of future flash forward Hiccup, for a franchise with way too many facial hair jokes, Hiccup kind of rocks that beard. He got the last laugh, you know?
Yeah.
He nailed that shit. I guess it makes me like want to see like the classic thing of like you got to do a new trilogy with like Hiccup's kids, and then he's like the older dude with the beard. He's like the stoic of the trilogy or whatever. Hopefully he doesn't die. But I want to see that just so I can see Hiccup more with the beard. Basically, is all I'm saying. In earlier drafts of the film, Drago was planned to reprise his role as the movie's main villain and be redeemed by the end of the story. But that was scrapped. Instead, we got Geralt, which was, decent. Eret wears a medal in the shape of an owl, the same animal Volker's dragon is based on, indicating the two of them might be in a relationship.
What was that, sorry?
I thought this was a weird stretch of trivia. I just want to get your thoughts on this.
Wait, no,
Eret wears a medal in the shape of an owl. Volker's dragon is based on an owl. Therefore, the two of them might be in a relationship.
I did feel like there was something there between them, but like
I don't disagree.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. Maybe true. Maybe confirmed. Who knows? How do we feel about the subtitle and not just calling it How to Train Your Dragon 3? Just do it, guys. Just do the thing. Make it a feel like a trilogy, When you don't commit, I hate when they don't commit to like, give them all subtitles or give them all numbers. You know what I mean? I don't like this changing halfway through kind of thing, especially only for a trilogy. I get at a certain point, if you're making 8 films, by the time you get to like number 6 or 7, it's like, oh fuck, we can't really, let's start giving them subtitles. Like I kind of get that a little bit more. But when you got this few, stick with the numbers. That's my take.
Or at least get an appropriate subtitle.
That too.
Last flight, some shit.
Oh, that's good. That's way better. I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but
yeah,
it's still better. It's still cooler. Apparently, the second film at one point was subtitled "Secrets of the Ice Cave," which is absolutely terrible. So thank God they didn't do that shit. Here we go. Get ready. This is how good DreamWorks is, guys. With a running time of 104 minutes, this is DreamWorks Animation's longest film, beating the 102-minute running time of the predecessor. The runtime would be surpassed again by, guess which DreamWorks film?
None
other.
No. The robot.
Oh, it's way worse.
Boss Baby.
Hell yeah. Boss Baby, Family Business, baby. The longest DreamWorks film. Oh, man. I'm just saying, DreamWorks, need I say more? They made that shit the longest film. God. Wait, hey, I don't know. Maybe, I assume none of us have seen Boss Baby. Maybe it's great.
Yeah, no.
Damn, I was going to give this film a certain score. I feel like this conversation's kind of revealed it's a bit mid. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Like, I'm not even talking about like our quality of conversation. I just mean like there just really isn't a lot to talk about, like compared to the other two. I feel like it kind of validates what I said at the start. Anyway, regardless, I'll start with you, Fitzy. I've got to think.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of what you said. I was leaning towards more 7, but
yeah,
I think like the film just kind of floats off of the quality of the last 2 films, and it doesn't have many sharp moments. It's a smooth. It's a smooth ride, but it doesn't hit really at any one point. So I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give it a very strong 6, I guess, or whatever. I'll give it a 6 too. I feel like that's the tone I've been talking the whole time. But I really did like the ending though. That's definitely like my favorite part. Jaden.
I'm still at a 7, a weak 7 at it. But
okay.
It's still a film that I like more than just being good, It's,
They didn't ruin anything, you know what I mean? They didn't stuff anything up.
No. Yeah. Probably still one of the most consistent trilogies I've seen.
Definitely better than Lord of the Rings for sure.
Oh, is Lord of the Rings set in the real world?
Is that Earth? What's fucking Middle Earth, bro? Is Middle Earth just like, I don't know, Mongolia or something?
New Zealand, perhaps.
New Zealand? It's not really shaped like that, that's all.
Yeah, true. Game of Thrones being fantasy, do you not just take it as like a prehistoric, like not like a medieval fantasy? Do you take it as like a sci-fi fantasy, like otherworld type thing?
It is. It's not Earth, obviously.
It's not meant to be Earth.
Yeah, obviously, it's a completely different. It's a different planet with different continents on it. Like, it's not Earth. So you thought Middle Earth was Earth?
Yeah, and then the world changes. Dragons die, elves perish somehow. And
right. Okay. So this is actually interesting.
I just always take fantasy as like medieval, and then like the world changes.
That at some point, like you're not saying it's our timeline or anything, but you're saying that it ends up that period of time we're seeing is X amount of years ago that ends up evolving into its own version of our current time.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're obviously not saying that fucking elves existed in this world, so it can't be our timeline.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. Like it just like like their world just becomes ours, and like we just lose like traces.
Oh, it actually becomes ours exactly.
I mean, like I just always took it as like people like take their fantasy and they set it in a fantasy version of Earth, not a fantasy version of another Earth, of like another world. Like, to me, that's sci-fi. No, not fantasy. Fantasy is taking the world and putting fantasy elements in it. You're talking about sci-fi when you're talking about alternate Earths and, like in Skyrim's on a different planet and shit like that. That's sci-fi to me, really.
But we're only talking about like the context of the grander scope of the makings of said fictional universe. Like, obviously, it's still that's not what makes something fantasy or sci-fi genre-wise.
No, yeah, I know that, but in my head, it kind of does. Sci-fi is not on this planet. Fantasy is magic on this planet.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think it's correct. I think you're wrong in the sense that like Middle Earth, like the Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings lore. I don't know a lot about it, but you know how they've got the different ages.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't think there's any version of that world ever that gets that any close resembles anything we know. Like it's
no,
you
when
could
I think
go
about it, you're right.
You could go 20,000 years ahead again, and it just still looks kind of the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just never computed in my head that way. That's crazy to me, to be honest.
Yeah. So you just always imagine it evolving into today, pretty much.
Yeah, I just imagine it's history with fucking dragons, and then the dragons disappear somehow.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. No, I don't say. I definitely have always seen it as like different worlds, different like these like there could literally be other. I don't think they're literally unnecessarily, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you could imagine there being actual other planets that exist that have existed in certain states resembling fantasy worlds for far longer than it's taken us to progress. You know what I mean? Like they could exist in those similar states for like 100,000 years. I don't know why they don't progress, but I just sort of don't see them as progressing.
Like Game of Thrones to me, because like it's based on a map of what England flips upside down. So I'm like, well, it's just like that can just be the real world, and it's just who cares? It's upside down.
Just reoriented it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I guess so. Fascinating. No, actually, it was kind of interesting to me. Let's get into news chat. So am I the only one watch this Mando and Grogu trailer?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it either. This sure was the Mandalorian. That's what I'll say. It was fine. The best part that I'm sure Jaden would get a little bit excited about too is that obviously we already knew Zeb's in the movie.
hell
Zeb
yeah.
has like a cool action shot in the trailer. Like he's actually fucking jumping off a wall with his electro staff, like fucking up dudes. And I'm like, oh shit, I actually kind of didn't expect to see that. So that was cool.
Mm.
Yeah, anyway, this movie looks like it's just, it's literally, I think like the synopsis is like, the Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu go on another adventure. And it's like, that's exactly what it looks like. All right, that's neat if you're down for that, which, I will be, obviously, but it's not doing anything to like get me jazzed, you know what I mean?
To be fair, I feel like we are lacking a market for like just like the kind of adventure films of the 80s. So if it's just kind of reclaiming that, then I can appreciate that.
Did you see the poster and the logo, the new logo?
Yeah, kind of like Indiana Jones-esque type poster.
I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Goonies type thing. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I agree. Like I respect that. They know what it is and they're leaning into it. Of like, this is a pulpy adventure film, and it's like,
but the only thing is that like
make that clear.
Like adventure films don't make money the way they used to. So like if they pumped $200 million into this and then they lose a lot, like,
well, I think they'll be. To be clear, I don't think this film's going to be like. I don't think this film makes $1 billion.
No
way.
No, I don't think so.
But which I mean, that might kind of sound like a no-brainer statement, but 4 of the 5 Disney Star Wars films have made $1 billion, so it kind of is noteworthy to say that a little bit. But just in that sense. But no, I think this film's going to be successful though. Like it's Star Wars. It's the first Star Wars film in 7 years, and people love Mando. People come out to see this shit. But I mean, I agree with you. If this were like an original film, like, oh my god, that shit's got no chance. But yeah, no, I agree. I'm glad it's wearing its inspiration on its sleeve in that sense. It just doesn't. You guys know how I feel about Indiana Jones. Sorry, Spooky. It just, I like the choice. I mean, I respect the choice. I just don't. It doesn't get me super pumped. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, I'll see this movie, enjoy it, I'm sure, but it's like, skip ahead 12 months and let's see where Starfighter's at. That's kind of where I feel like the main shit might be if it's good.
But did you see the image from Starfighter that was released?
Them in the water.
Yeah. It just kind of hit me that like it is like a Sean Levy joint, and like it's just going to be like,
oh yeah, dude.
It just hit me that like this isn't going to be like, I think it's going to be like another adventure film. Really, I think. Just on it.
Yeah. Narratively, it's hard to disagree with that. With Levy and like obviously, and you've already expressed your concern with them doing like the kid plot again kind of thing. Like that obviously is a point in that regard, in that going that way. But I don't know. I'm still like, I guess, more optimistic for it in terms of like the scale, new characters, exploring a new part of the timeline. Like I think it has potential world-wise where this doesn't. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
That's kind of where I feel like it's going to feel bigger because of all those things. Plus, seeing Amy Adams in Star Wars, that's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to this movie, which I'm sure will look decent, but to be honest, it kind of just does look at the same quality as like season 3.
Yeah, right.
Like it doesn't look like a step up because it's theatrical. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it'll be a solid movie, but we'll have to see. All right, now it's time for our highlights of the week. Fitzy, sir, what have you been watching?
No.
Tag. Again?
No. Done everything. No.
Sad face emoji. Cry emoji. Jane, what about you?
I watched The Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Oh yes,
the new Cognata film. It was good. It's exactly what I expected. Just a kind of soppy romance with Margot and Colin. I haven't seen Cognata's other films yet, so I have no reference for his name. Whereas, like, I see people all like stick to your own lane. You know, don't adapt other people's material. This is going to be the quality. But like, I mean, like to me, like this is just a man directing romance, and that's cool.
Yeah,
you know, so like, I don't really care about. I mean, I do care, because these other films do interest me immensely. But like at the same time, I don't give a shit. I mean, this dude used to fucking make video essays about Wes Anderson. Like, you can't tell me that you have like this immense respect for him. That like he's like some like, you know, newborn god that just writes, you know, perfect stuff. Like, there's going to be some stuff in there that's just, you know, kind of casual and kind of cool. And it is cool. It's fun. There's like the romance. The romance is nice. A lot of people saying they don't buy it, but I do. And like the sci-fi element of like the matchup company like doors thing that they do, and like time travel thing is really cool. Not time travel, but you know, like the whole caveat to the whole like to their adventure is cool. And then Leve contributed like 5 songs to the soundtrack, so that's awesome.
Did you know it was that many?
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, the film just looks nice. Like it's just lots of nice shots, very easy, good watching.
The trailer did look nice.
Yeah, and it's decently funny. Not everything works, but most of it does. And yeah, solid 7 out of 10 rom-com.
Sounds like a recommendation to me.
Yeah, a lot of people are like also clowning on it because it's like there's a lot of like surface level discussion, but like at the same time, like I don't need anything deeper than that from a rom-com. So I think that also comes from people kind of expecting too much from Cognata. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It might. I don't.
Just run.
Oh, no, it's got to be Cognata. Yeah. Yeah. Surely. Yeah.
I wouldn't have corrected you. All right. Wrapped up True Detective season 2 this week. So what was the lore here? Sorry, I think one of you had watched a bit of it or something. Catch me up on that.
Yeah, I watched like a few episodes.
A few episodes. You dropped off because it was mid?
Oh, I mean, probably had something else going on that was very important that I needed to do. You know.
Oh, okay. I see.
No, yeah, that's probably because it was mid. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't have anything.
Yeah. I've got a lot of mixed feelings about this. It's got a couple of problems. First of all, it should not be called True Detective, and it should not be season 2 to True Detective. It just feels like such a different show. It should be its own show, its own thing. You can tell that like the lead creatives aren't the same. It's just like, it just feels like another show that was slapped the brand on it.
Yeah. Did Taylor Kirsch's or Kitches or whatever it is, he like the motorcycle guy? Did that end up becoming good? Was that decent? Like the subplot or whatever?
Are you talking specifically about? No spoilers. You're talking specifically about like the. I guess actually I'm going to spoil it the first 10 minutes of the show, but the subplot specifically like with him and the actress or whatever.
I just remember.
Or you're just talking about his whole character.
Yeah, sorry. Because I started watching it like for him, basically.
No. So, Jaden, Adria Joyner's in this show.
Oh, sick.
She plays his girlfriend.
Awesome.
You get some not bad stuff with her, if you know what I'm saying. Stuff that would definitely be up your alley, for sure.
That's gross, mate.
The characters are the best part. I liked his character. I don't think it's tough. It's a tough answer. I'll say yes. I'll say yes broadly. Yes with caveats, where plot-wise, the show's weak. And there's not a lot of stuff that's going on that's really pulling you in episode to episode. There's honestly only a couple of moments, a couple of episode ender moments that were like, okay, I do want to watch the next one now after that. because that was pretty cool or whatever. Like, it did happen a few times. Generally speaking, the plot's not pulling you through the show, man. It's pretty weak as balls, and that applies to all the characters' journeys pretty equally, including his. But I liked him. I liked the characters regardless. I liked bloody Rachel McAdams' character. I liked Colin Farrell's character. Colin Farrell's character is actually a bit over the top, to be honest. Like, he has... You would have actually seen it, Fizzy. You know the scene where he goes and beats the dude up, like the other dad? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
it sounds like it, probably. I mean, I don't know if I watched that in the show or, like, just a YouTube clip, but, I mean, I've seen that. Yeah.
I think it was in the first episode, I think.
Oh, okay.
That shit was, like, so over the top. But, like, I didn't mind it. It just... The problem is, like I said, is that it's so different. You got way too many characters, first of all. Just, it doesn't feel like True Detective. True Detective created a formula that then they clearly, because I've seen season 3, they clearly understood that they went too far away from it and they went back to it in terms of, give me rural America, give me a kind of creepy mystery, and give me 2 partners. That's True Detective. That's what it should be. This completely throws that out the window and as like 4 detective characters, and then Vince Vaughn's in it as like another main character who's a mobster. It just doesn't feel the same. Not to mention it's like set in the middle of LA. So it's like the whole rural sort of like, creepy vibe going on. It's like non-existent. So the only thing that really makes it feel like True Detective is that, sure, they're detectives and they're solving a mystery, I guess. But the mystery sucks. I'm sorry. The plot in the show sucks. It's confusing as fuck. You never know what's going on in this show. I understood probably 60% of the plot the entire time. I understood enough to get me by, but they just keep throwing around all the same characters' names. Fucking Casper talking to the fucking mayor, and then the fucking this guy and that guy, and I'm just like, dude, I'm so like, I don't know. This is start going around in circles. You lost me 5 episodes ago on this, but like, I get that these guys did this that time, and they're trying to cover that up. So I get that, and that's kind of all you need, I guess. But it was like, oh, Jesus. So problem number 1, it's not like True Detective season 1. Number 2 is that it's just not very good in terms of the plot. In terms of, there's some pretty bad scenes in this show, to be honest. Like, I don't know, Fitzy, if they might not have even had a chance to sort of stand out to you for being kind of poor yet. But like, by the time you get deep into the season, and you watch another scene with Vince Vaughn and who's the actress that plays his wife, the Yellowstone lady, I don't know her name.
Like the red, like the...
Yeah. I don't know her name. I think she's British. By the time you kind of, they don't stand out as bad at first. But by the time you're in episode 5 and you're watching like your 20th dialogue scene between these two, it kind of like, me and my mum were watching it and we actually started laughing in one scene because we kind of had an epiphany at the same time. Like, they're acting, their chemistry is really bad, isn't it? And yeah, it is. Their acting's really bad together. Like, I don't want to dunk on Vince Vaughn too much because he does have moments I enjoy in it. And I do like Vince Vaughn generally. I think he's a solid actor. But yeah, the scenes with his wife in this show are not good. They go on way too long. Their dialogue's mid and they have zero chemistry. There's these long dialogue scenes. Oh my God, there's one in particular where it's the classic thing of like, he's trying to convince her to go to be safe. She's like, I'm not going. I'm staying with you no matter what. It's that classic thing, right? This scene goes on for fucking 6 minutes. Shot, reverse shot, shot, reverse shot. And it goes around in circles where like they have this whole conversation. She seems to win it by being stubborn. Then they walk over to like another part of the room and sit down and basically restart the whole fucking conflict where like he like starts again where he's like, I'm telling you, And then he starts like listing off the whole plan of what she's going to do to get away and all this. And then she does it again. She's like, I'm not leaving you. I'm like, we just did this. So that was kind of insane. So anyway, it's a messy show with parts that aren't very good, but I don't think it's bad because there are standout moments. So to your point about, what's this guy's name again? Sorry, Taylor Kitsch or something, did you say?
Yeah, Kitsch or Kitsch. I think it's Kitsch.
Okay. Like, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't care by the end somehow. Like, his character's ending is it worked. It was good. Like, it got me. And I felt that way about the whole ending of the show. Like, I thought the ending of the show was actually decent. I'm like, by the end of it, I kind of felt more connected to it than I had the whole time because they stuck the landing on a mid-show. Like, it's kind of weird. So that's what kind of left me with mixed feelings. If the ending was kind of on par with the journey, then I'd be kind of in here saying this shit's not very good. But it leaves me with mixed feelings because there are these stronger moments that end up working in the end despite the rest of it, kind of thing. Colin Farrell's character's ending is pretty damn solid too, actually. Even though you're confused again of like what the fuck's going on the whole time. So yeah, mixed feelings, super mixed feelings on this show. I gave it a 5.
That's very low for a TV show.
Yeah.
I think it's totally. Yeah, I know, but that's only because I think people rate TV shows too high anyway. Like, I'm just being totally blank slate. My take on it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be as fair as possible to it.
I'm just saying that, like, when I gave House of the Dragon a 6, you were like, that's insanely low for a season of TV that you watched in full.
Yeah, it is. And also, that's insanely low for that show because that show's awesome. But regardless.
But you seem to be more positive on Detective on season 2 of that than I was on House of the Dragon, and you've still given it a 5. I
reckon you should have given that a 4 then. That's all I can say. Right. That's all I can say. Yeah, and I think people. We've had this conversation before. I think it's typically because people drop off of shows that they're not really digging, like Fitzy did, which is totally valid. I didn't mind watching this though because I watch quite a lot of TV actually, and I kind of don't mind watching a bit of a mid-show every now and again to remind. Like, it kind of calibrates you a little bit. It's kind of like helps you recognize when you're actually watching a banger show. You know what I mean? Mm. Like, if you're just watching great shit all the time, and then you're like the second you're in a second episode of another season of something or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm not really digging this, I'm just going to bounce. Like, if you bounce from everything that's slightly not hitting with you in that moment, like, I don't know, I feel like it affects my taste and my ability to see the forest for the trees, as it were.
It's like a palate cleanser.
Exactly. Exactly. True Detective Season 2 is a fantastic palate cleanser because there's a lot of mixed emotions towards it, you know? So it very much cleared the palate in that sense, actually.
Yeah. I mean, like, when I stop watching a show, I never, like, decide, you know? I literally just, like, forget about it.
Yeah.
You know? It's never a conscious decision, really.
I think there's only one show. Oh, no, not one. But there's a handful of shows that I've consciously stopped. Like, otherwise, yeah, the Tom and Liam's thing of just...
Yeah. It's probably 50-50 for me. Like, I definitely do both. I definitely consciously stop sometimes too. But yeah, anyway, I guess it's not a recommendation, but like, if you want a palate cleanser, check out.
Is there anything supernatural about it, or
no? Zero.
No,
still.
Because I think
not even feeling.
Yeah, because wasn't that the thing? Like, they realized that in like season 3, they introduced like a hint of it back. Is that right?
Season 3 is very much a clear, now that I've got the full context of I've seen all 3 now, it's clearly like a response of like, we need to go back to feeling like season 1.
Yeah. 4 has it as well.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it, right? Yeah.
4 episodes of it,
Yeah. But it's like, it has that vibe. Plus, is it like, are they in Alaska or some shit? Or they're in some like rural place? Yeah. And is it just like about
eternally dark?
but it's like about a like partners, like detective partners, the main characters.
Yeah, Jodie Foster
Yeah.
and someone I can't recall.
Yeah, they realized that was the formula that
Yeah.
they got way too far away from. Yeah. Now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week, we asked you, which creature do you want to train? Any creature at all. Fictional, real, anything like that. Aiden said, my cat back home. That motherfucker's been untrainable for nearly 11 years. That's a banger answer because I'm not going to lie. I was going a bit wider with my thoughts, but yeah, my dog's behind me right now. Whew. Need some training. These guys know I have to get up from the podcast sometimes, like 3 times, because these dogs aren't trained. So that's a great answer. Dr. Luke said, I want to train pigeons to carry messages to people. I don't think it's been done before. Now, I mean, I don't really like. I get, it has been done before, obviously, but I think that's like an interesting answer, a decent answer. Just because, like, obviously, it's completely redundant in the modern age to need to carry messages that way, but it just fascinates me that pigeons are capable of that. It kind of every time it sort of blows me away a little bit of like, but like, how do they know where to go? Who like? Does anyone know the answer to that? It's fucking weird, So I think that's pretty cool to be able to train them in that way and like, just be the master of the pigeons. That it's just like that's crazy. I don't know.
But it must be like a laborious. It must be like a time-heavy process, because you probably have to actually guide them exactly where to go on like a route.
Surely not.
Maybe they have like.
I can't imagine it being that though, because like that's too intensive.
Did they? You can't tell me they did that shit like 1,000 years ago.
I mean, I don't know, but the medieval fantasy has a lot of that. So I don't know if they draw from.
Yeah, but that's
history
a different world. That's on a different Earth. So
I was giving you that. That was an alley-oop. Yeah.
Well done.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like there'd be some kind of like manual thing you'd have to do.
Oh, I agree, but that's what fascinates me because I don't think there is.
Maybe it's like they know where they get, like they already know the routes, and then they just have like the highest elevation points in that route, and they know how to like get the attention of the birds when they come when they come by that area. You know what I mean?
So what? There's someone on every fucking watchtower looking out for all the pigeons up there.
Yeah.
It's like medieval air traffic control.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've always, I mean, maybe I'm just a bit too tired to the Game of Thrones version, but like I just picture that they just land and everything by themselves,
Yeah, Google says they write the message, then they get transported to a place, and then the pigeon finds its way back home using landmarks and like the magnetic field, and then I guess it learns the route that way. So I think it does have to go once, but not necessarily guided. It just needs to be taken that way, so that it can then fly back and like it knows the route.
But it understands how to fly back by itself. That's nuts.
Yeah, how does it like remember that?
That's crazy.
Well, it's the how birds have that thing in their head that like helps them with the magnetic field. I guess that helps them. So it's about training them to come back home rather than training them to learn.
But what's like the rate of birds that just get lost? Like how successful is this?
Yeah. Right.
Do you need like 2 for each message?
I don't know. It's not exactly
you have to write 2 letters.
Either. Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, that's actually a fair point. And he said, a kestrel, which is a small type of falcon. I want to master the craft of falconry. I will name him Kez. I know, is that a joke I should get?
No, it's a movie. Basically, that happens in a movie called Kez.
Oh, okay.
This British movie about this like teenager who does that.
Who does falconry?
Falcon, yeah. Was that what it's called? Falcon, yeah.
That's what Andy says it's called.
Right.
That's a pretty cool name for it, actually. Master the art of falconry.
Mm.
Okay. Falcons are pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Aren't they just like eagles? Like, what's the difference? Well, I guess this kestrel is a small falcon.
Eagles have like a lame screech. That's why like the one you hear in movies is it's audio overlaid over an eagle.
Yeah, okay.
It's like how the lions at Tigers roar at the start of MGM.
That's funny. Okay, Leanne said, I would very much like to train an emu. This is in my opinion, this is a hot take. Okay, but I'll keep going. As Australia's largest bird, this wonderful flightless creature has very powerful legs for running fast. As they are iconic Australian animals who appear on Australia's coat of arms, they are symbolic of a nation moving forward, sometimes also at a fast pace. Training an emu would be a highly rewarding challenge. Another bird I would like to tame is the Australian magpie. We have a magpie named Muriel. She has been visiting us almost every day for 22 years. She has had more than one husband and many, many children over the decades. Holy shit.
I've seen Muriel. I can confirm this story.
This is not fake. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. After this long period of time, we've almost trained her to not leave her calling card, in quotes, on the deck. Magpies have long been admired for their ability to use tools, imitate human speech, and even work in conjunction with other magpies. They are especially known for their incredible and complex caroling and warbling sounds. I'm almost there with training Muriel, but may need a few more years. Thanks again for a great interactive show. Thank you, Leanne. What is the lifespan on Muriel, though? Like 22 years?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That sounds nuts.
I mean, to be fair, like I know like parrots live for like insanely long times. Like, is that just for like all birds? Do all birds just have like long lives?
Maybe. Man, how long do magpies live? 25 to 30 years. Holy shit. Dude, that's actually a game changer for me because you know when you're like, I don't know, when you're just walking around in life and you like see a dead magpie. I don't know. I kind of don't really think much of it, to be honest. But now, like, when I see a dead magpie, it's like, holy shit, that dude right there.
He's older than you.
That dude right there was like born in the 90s. You know what I mean? That's crazy. He had a whole like life, you know?
Yeah, that's multiple husbands as well, apparently.
God damn. A whole history going on. Damn. That magpie had a family. I should really be more considerate of the magpies. Thank you, Leanne, for making me think about them a bit more, I guess. But I do know they're smart.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's actually achievable. What are our answers? Fitzy, what do you want to train out here?
I want to train a ferret. I feel like it could. I don't know. Ferrets are cute anyway, you know. So I'd like to have a ferret. But I feel like it could be quite nimble and like do stuff for me. Like it could steal shit for me or something. I don't know. Like it could be actually. You could like steal the keys when I'm like imprisoned, you know, like in like the movie. In the movie scenario or something.
That's good.
It's like Lyra's chimera in the Golden Compass. It's like a ferret.
Oh, yeah. Or it could look at other people's cards. Yeah. Like when I'm playing poker, I could like, look at other people's cards or just get up to all sorts of cheeky.
How will it communicate the cards back to you? Like
hand signals, yeah. Yeah, or like knock on the table or something. I don't know. Yeah, but also like having a ferret on a leash, like a long leash. I think that like a thin leash. I think that's quite a funny image.
Yeah, it is actually.
So yeah,
you just like need it around your finger, you know. It's so small. Okay, that's an interesting, unique answer. I like that. I want to train a tiger. That'd be sick. I love tigers. Any
Mike
objections?
Tyson over here.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like my whole thing. I don't need to get into the whole like would you more likely to survive the fucking in the pool with the shark or the cage with the tiger or whatever. Like you definitely pick the tiger, or at least I would. I don't think I'm insane for that, but I definitely would. And yeah, dude, I'm gonna be the tiger whisperer. Just freaking. By the end of it, I'm gonna be wrestling with this tiger. I'm gonna be like full on.
This is your whole thing? This is your whole thing?
What do you mean my whole thing? What?
You said this is your whole thing.
Well, it's my whole stance in relation to tigers.
No, you said this is your whole thing.
It's like my entire personality.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love them just because they're huge cats. Who doesn't like that? That's sick.
Right.
Literally. It's as simple as that, It's like my whole take on it in terms of like, oh, they're dangerous, they'll kill you or whatever. Dude, my cat bites me on my head. For real.
Your head?
When he's playing with me. Yeah. Like, well, like, I don't know. I'll be crouched down and I'll be like, we're playing or whatever, and then he'll bite me on my head. It doesn't have, I don't want to make it sound like he bites me on my head like every day. He'll bite me on my head, I don't know, a couple times a year kind of thing. It happens.
That's a treat.
Yeah. No, it actually hurts. No. But my take on that always is like when a tiger eats me or eats someone, like that's it. That's what it's doing, I'm not saying like always, but I think that's commonly what it is. Like the tiger doesn't understand how powerful it is. You know what I mean? It's just like, if I had the pet tiger in that moment and it did the same thing to me, might be fucking, my brains would just be squashed, but it'd be like, oh shit.
There's videos of like tigers playing with like Labradors and shit, so like they understand.
Yeah,
like, to be gentle.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I agree. Yeah, I threw in another fictional one. I got the Varactyl. I was studying for Star Wars trivia this week, and I thought of the Varactyls. The fucking lizards that Obi-Wan rides in Revenge of the Sith with the cool ass like I'm not going to try and do it, but like the cool ass sound effect. Dude, I want to be. Can you imagine me just like riding around Geelong on one of those? That'd be sick. Oh my god, with the saddle and everything. So yeah, there you go, Jaden. What are you trying to train?
Yeah, what's up with all these lame ass real world dancers, man? You're given a chance for anything, fantasy or real, and you'll choose real. I mean, that's crazy, man. At the same time, I understand it. Like,
so you better give me a really good fictional one.
Yeah. No, dude, I want a Pokemon. I want a Pokemon. I want Glaceon, and I'm gonna fucking train that thing. And we're gonna be champions.
That's good. Damn.
It's like a cuddly little buddy, and it can also fucking kill you with ice.
So Glaceon is your choice.
Yeah. Oh well, it's like my second favorite Pokemon. But if I had only one Pokemon and I had my favorite, it'd probably look a bit weird.
I know we've done favorite Pokemon, but what are you thinking of?
Well, my favorite Pokemon is Mawile. But Mawile is a bit too humanoid for it to be like your only one Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Glaceon is if there's one, it's Glaceon.
Yeah, Glaceon is a perfect choice. That's like you can see yourself hanging out with Glaceon, walking around the streets.
Although as well, like Sylveon, like the friendship Eevee, like that's another banger, because like that one is like pure friendship vibes. But no, Glaceon's my favorite, so yeah.
But not to open a can of worms, we know they're all enslaved in the Pokeballs.
No, they're not. It's
they're not?
It's not. No.
What's like the weird law bullshit way they've gotten around this?
No, because like there is just ways around it. Like they're your friends, Putting your dog on a leash, is that enslaving it?
No, but it's not the same as literally trapping it in some sort of alternate dimension of a Pokeball.
No, but it's like it's once the animal is your friend, you can't always have them around on you. It's like sometimes they need to stay in their ball. It's like, and it becomes like a little home for them. They can stay warm in there. They're safe in there. You know,
Is it nice in there?
it can be.
Has it ever been explored of what it's like in a Pokeball?
I think it has, but like the whole the whole I think like it comes up a few times about like, you know, Pokemon slavery and all that shit. I think N's whole arc is about that in Black and White, or like around that era. I think his game arc and his anime arc are a little bit different, but like they're very much on like the same like kind of free the Pokemon type thing. But then you know he's kind of disproven because, you know, there's like they're loyal friends. Staying in a Pokeball is just like an extension of, you know, like kind of having them around you.
Okay.
And like not every like because of the anime and like the games, everyone thinks that, you know, you're a Pokemon trainer and you go battle. But that's not true. Like battling is like a sport, you know. It's like not everyone in the real world is a soccer player just because they kick a soccer ball, you know. Plenty of people just have a Pokemon that they're just, you know, that they're just friends with and they just have around their house. Like, yeah, that's true. It's rare for them to be Pokemon trainers. You actually need to, you know, Ash has a badge that says he's a Pokemon trainer, and that allows him to catch, you know, his 6 and go on his journey. You know, you know, people could just have like, you know, 1 or 2 around the house.
That's true. I don't know how I feel about having a license that says I'm allowed to go and meet other dog owners and our dogs fight. But
it's healthy for them. It's, you know, it helps them get stronger, and it's coordination and loyalty, and, you know, it's like train. It's like you know, and like the nature is different of a Pokemon than it is, you know. Not all Pokemon are battlers, you know. That's why Ash and Dawn have to swap their Buizel and their Ambipom, because, you know, one of them likes pageants and the other one likes battling, and they only realize that later, you know.
Of course, yeah. Well, at least they respected their wishes. That's very nice.
But also, if I had to pick a real world option, I'd pick a Fox. I think Foxes are great.
Or is that just because they're kind of like real world Pokemon?
Yeah,
like the closest thing.
Yeah.
Foxes are cool. I agree.
Yeah. I think the fact that we can't own them is a travesty.
Yeah, I don't know enough about them. Are they like?
No, they're a pest.
Yeah.
They're an introduced pest as well, I'm pretty sure. So like,
yeah. Okay.
But I'm telling you, if I had the opportunity to catch one and just keep that, I'm doing it in an instant. Council can eat my ass.
But would the fox eat Norman?
Nah, because he's like the size of one, so like I bet there'd be like a respect there.
Yeah. Like what? They walk past each other in the corridor, and then it's like there's a nod.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. As always, I'd love you to submit your responses, thoughts, and or reviews for next week's film in the YouTube or Instagram comment section, or join the Discord server. This week, the specific question we'll be asking you is, what is the wackiest Joaquin Phoenix performance? Let us know. Wacky Phoenix, he's coming back to the show next week. Because what are we doing, Fitzy?
We're doing Inherent Vice, PTA film, which is in preparation for one battle after another, which we'll be doing the following week. So, yeah, it's not on anything though. We're gonna, you know, we'll have to find a way around that. But
yeah, renting it for $3.99 on YouTube.
Yeah, we can do that. We will do that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Very exciting.
Have you guys been spammed by ads for one battle after another?
Oh, yeah. I am getting them on my phone now. Like, I know what you mean now. Yeah.
I'm getting like the YouTube and Twitch ones, like the 6-second and like the 15-second version, just constantly. Wow. I don't know how many times I can listen to Leo say, this movie doesn't let you breathe for a second. I'm like, okay, mate. I get it.
Let me breathe for a second.
I better live up to that, bro.
Yeah.
Setting expectations high. Okay.
He keeps on starting off, you know, he's like, I like when movies speak for themselves. And like, you're doing a whole lot of speaking, you know, at the moment.
Shut up. Okay. I appreciate Liam and Jaden for joining me. As always, Have a great rest of your week. Join us next week for the start of our PTA double feature, I guess, over weeks. So look forward to that. Have a great rest of your week, and goodbye.